29. Number 29 says, which measurement is equal to 1,500 centimeters? So remember, it takes 100 centimeters to make a meter. So 1,500 divided by 100. So 1 into 50. 1 into 1, that's 1. 1 into 15. 1 into 5, that's 15. So your answer is 15 meters.
You could just divide by 10, you know. So when you divide by 10, 150, because when you're dividing by like 10, we basically cross off the zeros when it's like that, right? Because 1,500 divided by 10 will give you 150, and then you could divide by 10 again. So you get 15. Agree? We're going to review this topic though. It's something that we have to pay close attention to. They always seems to bring conversion.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Everyone should get this, guys. Everyone should get this. Which is used to measure length? Which is used to measure length? Aris, I see your hand is up. I will acknowledge you when the time comes. But I'm allowing everyone to answer. Guys, remember? Oh, everybody coming on now. Thank God. Guys, remember, you put the number first and then the letter. So if you think is A, you put 30A. If you think is B, you put 30B. If you think is C, you put 30C. Because when class finish, I will look at how well you do and so forth. Alright? So you have to put the number so I can identify it. Just to see where you are. And what we need to do. And so on. Alright? So it's nothing. I'm coming in with something new this year, guys. I'm excited about it. I'm not saying nothing yet, but I'm going to do it. So basically, I'm going to set the worksheets and you guys can do them by yourself and you get the grade generated to you so your parents can see. That's what I'm going to be doing for the summer. So when September comes and we go through it, you will do a little sheet, but you'll do it by yourself. And you will get, your mother will get the email of the feedback and so forth. I did that when I was doing the online class with the high schoolers. I think I'm going to bring it back. It's very good. Not hearing Aris at all. Anybody else want to volunteer? All right.
The question said, which is used to measure length? A clock does not measure, and the scale is used to measure kilograms or grams. A container is used to measure liters or ml, and a ruler is used to measure length. So my answer is D.
All right, very good. I'm going to give you a little challenge. What is A? I want you to tell me what each one of them is used to measure. Just give me the groundwork. What's A used to measure? I see a lot of hands going up. Let me just speak. All right, Gabriel. Oh, by the way, Gabriel, welcome to the class. I think this is your very first time. Welcome. We're happy to have you. Go ahead, Gabriel.
So AMH tells you the time, and B tells you how much something weighs, C tells you how much a liquid contains, and D tells you the length of something.
All right, very good. So this is basically liquid, right? You guys, you have to know all of them, all right? Harry said, have your hand up now, I think. Harry said, I was calling you, I didn't hear you. So, Zaria, volunteer. All right, let's go. There is 600 ml of juice in Ryan's glass. About how much juice is in Pat's glass? So they want you to estimate. Go ahead and complete that one. And we're at number 31. Please remember to put the number, guys, so we can review your work, all right? Thanks.
Ryan's glass. About how many juice is in Pat's glass?
How much, yeah?
Number 1 says 100 ml, and that's too little. C says 500 ml, and the container is half, so C is not it either. And D goes above 600, so my answer is B.
All right, I agree. Guys, if this is 600, I think a few persons that went over our head. This is 600, right? It's an estimate. So you could just line it up with this and say, okay, it's about half, right? See there, it's about 2 times. See there? It's about the same. So it couldn't be 500 because 500 will come up more. Probably about here or so. It couldn't be 700 because as Aris says, 700 would pass it, right? This doesn't pass this one. And 100 is too little because if it's going to be 100, it's going to be 6 times it to do this. So if you do this to be 6 times, if we double this, this is 2 times already, so this will be 200 if we are saying this is 100, right? So no way that would make sense. So it's about half. So we have the 600 as well to get 300. Very good, Aris. Thanks so much. Let's move on to 32. Oh, sorry. All right, the temperature in Kingston is 30 degrees Celsius. Who they here from Montego Bay? Who they here from Kingston? Montego Bay is 3 degrees warmer than Kingston. What is the temperature in Montego Bay? All right, so you can go ahead and tell me that one. And we're at number 32. The temperature in Kingston is 30 degrees Celsius. Montego Bay is 3 degrees warmer than Kingston. What is the temperature in Montego Bay? Want somebody from Montego Bay to do this now, guys.
Number 32 says the temperature in Kingston is 30 degrees Celsius. Montego Bay is 3 degrees Celsius warmer than Kingston. What is the temperature in Montego Bay? It could not be A because it says Montego Bay is 3 degrees warmer than Kingston, and remember Kingston is 30 degrees Celsius. It cannot be B because that's the same 30 degrees Celsius as Kingston, and it cannot be 90 because 30 plus 3 is not 90, that's 33. So the best option would be C, 33 degrees Celsius.
Very good. Well, guys, just want to emphasize something. You see, when it's really cold, the number is actually below 0. So like for example, your freezer, it's below 0. So like for example, it will be -5. When it's really hot, like when it all got 38, them time they were hot. The higher it go, the hotter we get. So if it's at 40, it's hotter than when it's at 38. All right. Thanks so much, Zaria. Defending Montego Bay, of course. All right, let's go. So 33 says, Jake is using tape to mark out the perimeter of the netball court. How much tape does Jake need to mark out the perimeter? So work it out and then tell me. Let me show you the options. All right, let me just small it up so you guys can see. Yeah. Jake is using tape to mark out the perimeter of this netball court. How much tape does Jake need to mark out the perimeter? Agree, Tristan. Good job. Let me check out, go over to the WhatsApp. Agree, Zaria. Good job. Oh, well, no, so 33. Good job, Carissa. That's correct. Good job, Chevelle. Oh, you just come on, man. Gosh. Good job, Kylie. Harris, let me check out yours. Good job, Harris. All right, that's good. Let's wait on the others, though. All right, go ahead, Kylie, and then Jamelia. Not hearing Kylie at all. We'll try Jamelia first, then.
So the question says, Jake is using tape to mark out the perimeter of this netball court. So my working out is 6 plus 4 is 10 because that is the perimeter. Remember, we're counting around. And then on the other side, it will also be 6 plus 10. So then 6 plus 4. So then on both sides.
This side is 6.
The both sides are 4 and the bottom and the top is 6.
Okay, so this should be 4.
Yes.
Why is it 4 though? I'm wondering. Why is it 4?
The other side is also 4.
Very good. The opposite
And
sides
it
of a
is equal.
rectangle are equal. All right. So continue.
And then we get 10 on that side and 10 on the other. So 10 plus 10 is 20. So the answer would be C, which is 20
All right. Let me hear if
meters.
Kylie agree. Thanks so much, Jamila. Let me hear what Kylie. Go ahead, Kylie.
Sir, I agree.
Hmm?
I agree, sir.
Okay. All right. So both of you agree. You could talk same way, no? All right. It's all about expressing yourself. Correct. I agree. The opposite sides of the rectangle are equal. So if this side is 4, it means that the side opposite to it would also be 4. And as she says, perimeter means the total distance around. All right, very good. Around a shape or figure. Good job. Let's move on to 34. How would you measure? No, which would you measure in kilometer? A, the distance a car traveled in 2 hours. B, the length of the blackboard in your class. C, the width of the doorway of your classroom. Or D, how high you can jump. Now we're at number 34. Let's see what Tristan and Kaylee them pick. Agree, Kaylee? I would say that would be correct. Eduardo, there's no number. I don't know which one you're answering. The person that named Prim Tom, you can rename yourself. Let me know the real person. Guys, once you join with your real name once, you don't have to change it again, or you don't have to do it each time. But if you keep doing that, you will not have the correct Tristan. Let me check in the WhatsApp now. Good job. That one is good so far. Number of persons got it. Agree, Chevelle. Man, if I say, say some H in there. Correct, Gabriel. Correct, Jamelia. Correct, Campbell. Let me check out Carissa. Agree, Carissa. Agree, Zaria. Let me check out some others now. Let's see what Zuri says. Agree, Zuri. Correct. Good job. Agree, Kylie. All right, let's see who wants to walk us through this one. Darian, you haven't tried doing it. Think. Shalib. And Jasania just joined. So I could give Jasania a little chance. All right, I see your hand up, Gabriel. I will acknowledge you. I could give Jasania a chance to complete it. I think she just joined. Pause the video for a while. Let's see if I can. What's happening? Why this computer giving me trouble? Go ahead, Jamia.
So my hand up. Answer.
All right. Yeah, all right. If you take it down, then man, it's okay. Guys, you have to take it down if you don't want to. Go ahead, Zaria.
I forgot.
34 says, which would you measure in kilometers? B says the length of the blackboard in a classroom. You'd need a ruler for that, and that's length. C says the width of the doorway in a classroom. It says kilometers, not width. And D would have been height. It says how high can you jump? So the most accurate answer is A. The distance a car travels in 2 hours.
All right. Let me see if anybody else out there. Just give me 1 second. No. All right. Zaria, all of them is actually measured in length, So you see, for example, your blackboard, it probably could use a different unit, like a smaller unit. So basically, a car is expected to travel in 2 hours a long distance, right? Because especially if it's driving fast. So cars, yeah, it will cover a far distance. But like with the blackboard, you could probably use which unit to measure it. What would probably be the best unit to measure your blackboard, guys, in your classroom? Let me open the floor and hear what you guys think. Which unit I think would be the best unit to measure your blackboard?
Meter square.
Meter, not meter square.
Centimeters.
Meter. I think meter. Remember, you know, guys, 1 meter stick. They probably is,
Meter.
yeah. So meter would probably be the best unit there.
Sir, feet or meter?
Hmm?
Feet or meter? Perimeter when you're adding all the sides up together.
Oh, no, we're saying which unit, whether millimeter, centimeter, meter, or kilometer, right? So we use kilometer when it's a long distance, all right? Meter when it's reasonable, like for example, the blackboard, or even like house. You know, like you want to tile your house, they measure it in meter. What
Yes,
about
because
if you
meter
want
is
to,
too long.
yeah, what about if you do like a toothbrush? Which you think could be the best unit to measure it?
Centimeters.
Centimeter. That would, yeah, right?
Centimeters.
Yeah. What if you want to measure like your fingernail?
Probably even millimeter.
Millimeter, right? Because the smaller the unit, the smaller the thing that you're measuring, the better, because the better the estimate would be, all right? Or the actual measurement. Because just imagine you're measuring your blackboard in kilometer. Kilometer is very long, you know. So it's gonna be difficult, all right, to express it.
That's why we have to use kilometer for distance.
Well, all of them is really can be said to be distance, you know, but it's a smaller unit. So all of them is length. When you measure the classroom board, it's length as well. When you measure how high you jump, it's length as well. So all four is length, but it's the unit that matches it. The smaller the unit that you're measuring, the best you use a smaller unit to measure it. So it will be more accurate. All right. I think everyone should know this one. How many sides does an octagon have? So we are at number 35. Number 35. Agree, Gabriel? Agree, Zaria? Agree, Carissa?
Sorry, I'm late.
Ardiana, every class you say that.
No, sir.
You said that the
Actually,
last class. Correct,
I
Kylie.
actually have a good reason. I'm studying.
So I cannot balance the time, no man. Try to balance the time better, alright? You're 45 minutes late, you know, you miss a lot. I would say you miss a lot. Luckily, we have the video.
No, sir. It's because mommy forgot the time it starts.
But remember, you know, guys, even though you're young, it's your responsibility. You know that I have a grade 3 student. She log on by herself every time, you know. Correct, Harris?
Well, I do that too.
Okay, okay. So you can't blame mommy for it then. But you can go ahead, man. Do 36. Do 35, alright? So we can, you will have the video, so you will get the video, but it's good when you're in the class, you know? Try and support. Alright, let me check out the WhatsApp now. Correct, Tristan. Everybody didn't answer this one yet. Okay, cool. Correct, Kaylee. Correct, Jamelia. All right, the persons who just joined, please ensure that you answer this one, guys, before we move on. Let's go, let's go. Correct, Ardiana. One more message in the chat. Let me check it. Correct, Wellington. Good job. All right, Zuri will walk us through this one. Go ahead, Zuri.
So it could not, the question says how many sides does an octagon have? Well, it could not be 4 sides because 4 sides is a square, and it could not be 7 sides because 7 sides is a hexagon, and it also could not be 6 sides because that is a hexagon, so it would have to be D, which is an octagon.
All right, very good. I agree. Good job, guys. We did well on that one. All right, this one says, what two polygons are in this shape? 2 triangles, 2 quadrilateral, a square and a triangle, or is it a rectangle and a triangle? Which 2 polygons are in this shape? So we're at number 36. Let's go.
The question says, number 36 says, what 2 polygons are in the shape? So we know that polygons don't have curved lines. The lines are straight. So it could not be A because they're not 2 triangles, there's only one. And it could not be B because there's only one rectangle. And then it couldn't be C because there's no square. And the most accurate answer or the most suitable answer would be a rectangle and a triangle.
I agree. Jasania, please put the number beside it, all right? So this one would be the rectangle, and this one is a triangle, right? Very good. Now let's move on to 37. I think it has something to do with shape again as well. How many triangles are in the set of shape? How many triangles are in the set of shape? And we're at number 37. Remember to put the number beside it, guys. Don't just put in B, A, C. I can't know which question you're answering. Please put the number beside it. Darren, you want to walk us through this one or you have a question? And put Darren on there. Hey, Darren.
Sir, I just wanted to ask a question. I just wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Can I read about it, please?
Yeah, man, go ahead. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you'll be back, guys. Hopefully you can come back by the time we finish. Let me check out the answers.
Are in this set of shapes. It could not be C because they are not, they are only, it could not be C and it could not be B, neither D. Some people will think that there is 3, but the one at my right side, it is not fully a triangle because it has a little thing at the bottom. So it could not fully be a triangle. So the answer would be 2.
All right. I'm actually happy you said that because someone said 3, and then when I said check, the person said, sir, triangle has 3 sides. So all you mean is not 3 triangles. Look at it carefully, right? So this is one side. This make another side. This is another side. So it's actually a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides. Very good. You actually pointed out what I wanted to say. So these two has 3 sides. Have 3 sides. All right. So 1 and 2. So I wanted to make the point, but you made it for me. All right. Some persons might get carried away, and they will do these little things, guys, to try to trick you up in the exam. That's how they do it. All right. So we're gonna look at 38. I think I might have to come back because the question is over there. So I probably should go to the question first, and you write down the question so we just remember what the question is asking. But we literally have to be looking at it. So I'm gonna ask you guys to write down the question first. It says, write down this, guys. Which of the following pairs of streets are perpendicular to each other? So write down that first, and then we can. All right, hold on there. All right, go ahead, Gabriel.
So when you say perpendicular lines are intersecting lines that form a right angle where they meet. So Pelican Street and Canary Street will, if you turn it over, it would form a right angle.
When I say turn it over, what do you mean?
As if when you turn, like for example, you're in the exam and you turn over the paper to look at it to see if it forms a right angle.
Easy, it's correct. So they meet at right angle, right? So here, let's say they meet basically here. I see this street leading into this street, right? So they're gonna form a right angle. See there? Who see the right angle? I'm trying to draw it better. Hold on, guys. Everyone should know a right angle, right? It literally measures 90 degrees. So see, the street them connect. So we'll have a 90-degree, right? It's correct. So right here we form a 90-degree angle. So there's 2 of them on your syllabus. One is parallel. When it's parallel, it's running in the same direction and they will never meet. I know parallel is not on this, but I'm gonna ask you guys, which 2 streets would you say would be parallel? If that was the question. Put your hand up and let me acknowledge you. Which 2 streets would be parallel? Because that's something that, all right, Gabriel.
Sir, I would say Canary Street and Hummingbird Street.
All right, then put on Jamila. Go ahead, Jamila.
Sir, I would say Canberra Street and Hummingbird Street.
Okay. Zaria, say everybody say same thing then.
I don't know.
I would say Canary Street and Hummingbird Street.
Okay. Tristan. Which 2 streets would you say would be parallel?
Hummingbird Street and Canary Street.
All right. Zuri.
Sir, I agree with all 4 of them.
It's actually 5. All right. Agree, guys. Good job. All right. Let's move up to 38. So sorry, I didn't see that.
Fun.
Oh, guys, watch this. The question actually asks it, yeah? Oh, Lord.
What did you do? Parallel?
Oh, Lord. I didn't remember that we skip over 38, you know, so actually, so we had said Canary.
Why?
Which was it? Oh, it's a canary and another one. Okay, so they actually give you a canary and you guys said hummingbird. So guys, everybody get a free pass there. Agree. Oh my, I didn't know they asked it. I didn't know. Sorry. All right. All right, let's look at number 40. It says, how many lines? Let me pick it up back, guys. Since us the diagram. So it said, how many lines of symmetry does a square have? How many lines of symmetry does a square have? So WhatsApp it, and then we can discuss it as a group. So we're at number 40. We are going well, we're going on well. Not getting Kylie.
So there are two horizontal lines, one vertical and one horizontal.
Are you saying there are two? Only two you got for the answer? All right, let me try somebody else. Go ahead, Jamila. Not getting Jamila. Right.
Sir, sorry again.
Why you keep doing that though?
Forgetting.
All right. Go ahead, Zuri.
Sir, I was saying one vertical, two diagonal, and one horizontal.
Oh, I didn't hear the diagonal, That's why I say I can put you on, but yeah. So it's basically 4, right? The rectangle is different, guys? Right? I was teaching grade 7 and a boy pointed out that to me because I didn't even realize. I'm gonna be honest with you. The rectangle one will not fit. It's like how the square will fit.
Rectangle only have two.
Yeah, it only have 2. So in case I give you a rectangle in the exam, it's different, guys. All right. All right, let's move on to 41. It says, John has M pencils. He gives 3 away, which represent how many pencils he has left. All right, go ahead.
So if John has M pencils and he gives 3 away, that means he's subtracting 3 from M. So the answer cannot be A because if it because it's that's addition. The answer cannot be C because it backwards. M should be 3 should be M taken away by M. It can't be D because if you can't that's multiplication, so it has to be B.
All right, very good explain, very good. All right. Guys, I encourage everyone to try, all right? Build your confidence. This is where you build your confidence. This is where you make mistake. Not in the exam. I always tell my students that. Class is where you make your mistake. Ask any question you want, I will answer. You can't answer, Google it. But ask any question because in class, that's where you're supposed to make the mistake, not in the exam. Or if you have something to ask and you say, no, ask her that. And then you go in the exam and you're unable to do it. We don't want that. Rather, we ask and we discuss it and then you understand it. All right? All right, let's move on to 42. Mark has N pencils. John has twice as many pencils as Mark does. How many pencils does John have? All right, so this one will be the last one. So you guys can WhatsApp me. And we're at number 42. So somebody remind me to pick it up from Sunday at 42. All right, this one is correct. This is Zuri. Correct, Zaria. Good job as well. Correct, Gabriel. This one is also correct. This is Carissa. Yeah, Kylie, that's it. All right, let me check in the WhatsApp. All right, Kaylee, good job. See what Kevardo says. Correct, Kevardo. Somebody say, what does N mean? N represent a number. So it's just representing a number. Correct, Tristan. Correct, Chef. Correct, Stanford. All right, let's go. All right, Jamila. Correct, Aris. All right, let us get in the final presenter for tonight. I think I'll take more than one. Because it's the last one, right? Hope you guys get some rest after this as well. It's not easy to have class during the week, but guys, when I exam, we just have to do what we have to do. All right, I'm gonna take three persons that answered are up, starting with Kylie. Go ahead, Kylie.
question says that Mark has N pencils, John has twice as many pencils as Mark does. How many pencils does John have? So it couldn't be N plus 2, and it could be B, and it could be D, but it can be C.
Alright. Let me check on some others. Thanks so much. Go ahead, Zari. I think you're unmute already.
It says Mark has N pencils. John has twice as many pencils as Mark does. How many pencils does John have? It cannot be A because it says John has twice as many and you're not adding 2 because you're doubling this whatever number N is. It cannot be B. It's basically the same thing as A, but you just do it in the commutative property. It cannot be D because you're doubling it, which means you're multiplying it. And D is a division question. So the most accurate answer is C, because when a number and a variable is beside each other, that means it is multiplication.
All right. Suri, your time. I see Kevardo put up his hand, so we're going to take one more, guys. I did say 3, but Kevardo hand is up as well. Go ahead, Zuri.
So the question says, Mark has N pencils. John has twice as many pencils as Mark does. How many pencils does John have? It could be A or B because it says twice, and twice means that you're supposed to multiply. It could neither be D because it is dividing and it does not say it says twice, and obviously that means you're supposed to multiply. So the obvious answer would be 2n, because when a variable and a number is beside each other, it would mean whichever the number would say it would mean. If there was 3, this is an example. If there was 3 beside the n, it would be 3 times more than n. So it would have to be C.
Okay. All right. What Kevardo have to say? Go ahead, Kevardo.
Okay, it says Mark has 10 pencils. John has twice as many pencils. As Mark has N pencils. John has twice as many pencils as Mark does. How many pencils does John have? It could not be A because that's a adding question, and it could not be because it's like A but the opposite.
Okay.
The opposite way. It could not be D because that's a dividing question. So the obvious question is C.
All right. Mr. Gabriel put up our answer. So, yes. Ardiana, you wanted to go to, I think I heard Ardiana was saying something. Go ahead, Gabriel. I didn't see her hand up. I think I probably clicked on her by mistake. Go ahead, Gabriel.
Okay, so the first thing, my teacher taught me how to do algebra, and she said that when you have 2n, it means they're multiplying. So when it says John has twice as many pencils as Mark does, Mark has n, so that would be 2n because you're multiplying them.
All right. Very good. I agree with you guys. But I have a question, guys. What if, let me see, Mark has n. What if Mark had 2 pencils?
Can you repeat, please?
What if Mark had 2 pencils? Could any one of these work? Which one could work if he had 2 pencils? Why, Gabriel?
So I forgot to bring down my hand after I finished answering the question.
Okay, Carissa, go ahead. What if Mark had 2 pencils? Could A work?
No, sir.
Why?
Because if Mark has 2 pencils, it would still be 2A.
All right. The whole class agree with that? Guys, what if Mark had 2 pencils and he wanted to find John? Could A work or B? Anyone can speak. Go ahead, Zaria.
I think it could work because 2 times 2 is 4, and remember n represents 2. So 2 plus 2 equals 4.
All right. Carissa, do you agree? Ardiana, not Ardiana. Zaria think it could work for A and B. What you think? Go ahead, Kevardo. What
Sir,
you
can
think?
I go? Can I go?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so my answer is C because
Oh, from the long
n
time.
plus n equal what John has. So that's 2n's.
All right, very good, very good. So, Ardiana, one question. I know we're going over the time now, but one question. If Mark had 2 pencils, could A or B work, or both of them, to find out John, the number of pencils John has?
Yeah. So can you repeat?
If Mark had 2 pencils, let us say, just for argument's sake, Mark had 2 pencils. Could A work or B or both?
I'd say B still, sir.
You say B, you will say B no. All right. As Zaria said, guys, if
So
Mark
I
had
would
2
say B
pencils,
because it says how many pencils that Mark has is twice as much. So how
but
many
if Mark
pencils that
had 2
Mark have,
pencils,
John has twice as much, sir. So if Mark has 2 pencils, John will have 4 pencils, sir.
yeah. But would A or B work or both?
Both.
Yeah, both would work because as
Both, sir.
Zaria said, it would be 2 plus 2, which gives 4.
So
Because
when you're
n,
adding, it doesn't matter which way you put it, but when you're subtracting, it matters.
yeah. All right. So
Sir,
guys, we're gonna end on
It's
that
just
note.
in the communicative property.
It's technically the same question.
Yeah. It's the
yes,
same
sir.
thing.
It's the
Let
same
us turn around the
equation,
operation,
sir.
right? All right. So take care,
Bye,
guys.
sir.
Bye. Take care. Great job today. Great job. All right.
Class finished so early today.
No one
Sir,
is the
have
right
a great
time.
night.
Yeah, you guys as well. All right.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Take care.
See you tomorrow.
All right. Take care till then. All right.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Bye. Take care. See you soon. All right. Take care, guys. I'm gonna send the video tomorrow, the latest.